Tyler Fingert is live outside CDC headquarters now, where that protest began about an hour ago. Tyler.
Yeah, Christine, good afternoon to you. It is now over. Most of the protesters have left. It was hundreds of people out here, of current and former CDC staffers, along with public health advocates. And this was what was being described as a clap out. Let's go to video. I want to show you. It was just a huge amount of people were outside of the CDC headquarters this afternoon to pay tribute to the three high-ranking officials who ended up being removed, or who resigned rather, from their positions yesterday following the firing of CDC Director Susan Minares. She was in place for less than a month. She was approved by the Senate on July 31st and then ultimately lost her job yesterday when the Health and Human Services Secretary and the President decided that she was no longer fit to serve here at the CDC. So those three high-ranking CDC officials ultimately decided to remove themselves and resign. They sent their resignation letters yesterday. Today, they were escorted out of the CDC, and that's what this was all about today, was to basically clap out for them. So there was a huge amount of people just going down the street here just outside of the CDC headquarters. Let's take a listen to what one of them had to say. I spoke to him one-on-one just about 30 minutes ago.
I think that it would be hard to continue without feeling that as a physician I have compromised my Hippocratic oath. I said first do no harm, and I feel like CDC is being weaponized, and I can't be a party to weaponizing something to hurt people. So yeah, I think but I also want to say us resigning together, it's a red flag. It's a red flag for Congress. It's a red flag for America.
And so obviously there are two sides to this story. This morning, the Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy, was speaking on Fox and Friends. He was talking about his concerns about what was happening here at the CDC. Take a listen to what he had to say.
President Trump has very, very ambitious hopes for CDC right now. The CDC has problems. You know, we saw the misinformation coming out of COVID. They got the testing wrong. They got the social distancing, the masks, the school closures that did so much harm to the American people. Today on CDC's website right now, they list the 10 top the 10 greatest advances in medical science, and one of them is abortion. Another is fluoridation, another is vaccines. So we need to look at the priorities of the agency. If there's really a deeply, deeply embedded, I would say, malaise at the agency, and we need strong leadership that will go in there and that will be able to execute on President Trump's broad ambitions to restore this agency to gold standard science and to what it was when we were growing up.
And that was the Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., speaking on Fox and Friends this morning. And the people who came out here today say they're hoping that the next director here will follow science as they continue their work to continue to keep the American public safe. We're going to have much more coming up on the news at 5 and 6. We are live in DeKalb County this afternoon. Tyler Fingert, Fox 5 News.
Interesting to hear how messages are being put out there. But Tyler, thanks so much for that update tonight. Well, DeKalb County authorities